Hey guys, what is up? RedPandaMining here. How you guys all doing? I hope you're all doing really well and having a really great day. In this video, I just want to talk about my crypto mining frame journey and all of the different iterations of mining frames, essentially, that I have used over the past 3 to 4 years. And I'm hoping that this video will be relatable for some of you, and I would love to know your guys' journey into, which mining frames that you have, upgraded to or built, or what you started off with, all that kind of stuff. I would love to know your story as well. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to explain my story, and hopefully I can give the right time frame of each mining frame that I'm going to be talking about here. So let's begin with this mining frame right here. Well, it's not a mining frame. It's literally a milk crate, as you guys can see, and this is not the same milk crate that I used, but it has the same dimensions, and obviously it's not cut up. So I did do crypto mining back in 2013, but not for very long, and I was just using ATX computers and HD 7970 graphic cards, older graphic cards back then, so that didn't last long. But then, come beginning of 2017, around January or February, I started getting into crypto mining. I started getting into, researching, how to build mining rigs, and the first videos that I saw on YouTube was from DigiGold, or Digital Gold. I don't know if you guys have seen him on YouTube before, but he had some awesome videos, and I got the idea of making a mining rig in a milk crate from him. Okay, so I have one here, and basically how I had it set up was the motherboard was sitting right here. I had to cut out a little bit of the plastic over there just for the I/O. I cut out a bit over here and over here so that I could fit an ATX power supply, and then I had a plastic bar that was I think I drilled a hole here and over there just so I can fit it through, and then I could fit 6 GPUs like this. Okay, so this was back in February of 2017 or so, and I had GTX 1060s, the EVGA mini 1060s, and they were sitting crisscross from each other like this. I wish I had a picture, but I couldn't find any, and it was just hodgepodge together, and it was super hot, and I had that thing running all the way up until I think middle of June or so. So my first real mining rig was in a milk crate just like this. Okay, now the next iteration of evolution of my mining frames essentially is going to wooden mining frames. So I wasn't really a heavy miner until the beginning of June or the month before in 2017. So then I was getting into wooden frames like this. Okay, I wonder if some of you guys have had experience with wooden frames. I've seen some rig pics of you guys with wooden frames. So I didn't make these myself. I actually bought one off Craigslist for 20 bucks or something. I know, I was really stupid back then. Then I went ahead and bought another one, and then I decided to make 2 more myself. So I went to Home Depot, and I just basically followed the measurements and cut them to spec, and got all the stuff and screws just like this. And I was like, man, this is awesome. So I had literally 4 of these wooden ones. You guys may have saw my videos back in the day. I actually had been using wooden frames up until I think till about the end of 2018 or so. But you guys have probably seen these before, and basically I had the motherboard sitting right there. I had the power supply sitting right here, and then typically the GPUs would sit just like that. Okay, so pretty normal, pretty standard wooden mining frame, and I'm sure a lot of OGs have definitely used these as well. So I got these back in June of 2017. Alright, now the next iteration of my crypto mining journey is these aluminum angled wooden frames. So I started building these back in, I would say, October, maybe September of 2017. So this is when I was really ramping up and buying more GPUs and more GPUs. So I was FOMOing in like a lot of people did in 2017. So I handmade all of these, and I learned how to make these frames from a YouTuber named Guntis. You guys probably heard me talk about him in the last video. He's the one who sent me this lovely mining server case here, which I'll talk about later. But this aluminum angled frame here, I handmade myself, and I bought parts from Home Depot, and I was like, man, this is so awesome. And you guys can probably see I handmade a bunch more. I have 2 more over there. I got another one over here which I'm still using, and I have a bunch more over here which I kind of decommissioned and not really using anymore. So for the next, I would say, couple months, I started just ramping up building I think I made at most 10 of these or so, and I made some for friends for their mining rigs as well. So this was really the staple into my mining rigs that I've had, I think now, which I'm still using today, as you guys can see, for the past 3 to 4 years. I've I've had no issues with it, and you know, obviously the cost to build these was really cheap, and obviously it was much cheaper to build the wooden frames, but I didn't really like how they looked. This is definitely much cooler, but building these aluminum angled frames was definitely a bit of work, but ultimately this is what I did to basically ramp up and build and expand more mining rigs all over the place. So that's the aluminum angled wooden frame. I've definitely seen a lot of these around in rig picks and around the world. So the next iteration of my mining rigs, and this was only a one-time thing. I think this was back in, I think the beginning of 2018, okay? So I have just a Amazon basic shelf, and I zap strapped 12 GTX 1060 6GB cards underneath here, okay? So I had 6 over here, and then I had another 6 over here. You guys have probably saw those videos where I had 12 of them in my brother's apartment, and yeah, I made a bunch of videos on this thing. This rig was really good. It was mining Ethereum for like, since the beginning of 2018. And I think about half a year ago, I sold the cards. So yeah, this rig definitely paid for itself. And I wonder if some of you guys have used Amazon basic shelves for mining frames for your GPUs as well. So yeah, pretty easy, pretty simple. Good times with this mining shelf. Okay, my next evolution into different mining frames is this server case. Okay, well, not this specific one. Actually, the Rosewell L4000C. I bought only one back in, I think I would say couple months after of 2018. So I would say April or May of 2018. So I bought the L4000C, the one that had the 8 GPU fitment, okay? But this one also has 8 GPU fitment as well, but this is a Rosewell L4000B. And then I put 8 GTX 1060s, the Zotac Minis, in there. And yeah, it was really good at the time, and I really enjoyed that. I also made a video about that as well. You guys can probably see that here. And I loved it. I loved it. This is actually really awesome. My first experience into server case mining. And a lot of people will say that server cases are the best for mining because with the top closed, you're force inducting all the air into basically one direction, and all the heat and everything will go up the back there, okay? And more recently, I've been getting into server cases, which I'll talk about in a second. Okay, going along onto my crypto mining evolution, my journey is on to Veta Frames. Surprisingly enough, I didn't get into Veta Frames until like 2019. And the reason before I didn't buy them like back in 2018 or 2017 was because of the price. They were seriously just so much. They costed a lot. The Veta Frames that you guys see in my videos here, I bought these when it was really down in price, when Bitcoin went to like 3K. I bought these off Amazon for like $35 or something. Like, they were really cheap. And now, as I'm making these videos, I think they're like over $100 or something crazy. I think middle or beginning of 2018, 2019 is when I really got into getting like Veta Frames, and I've been making videos, a lot of videos with the Veta Frames and stuff, and I have a bunch of these. I'm actually selling a few, so if you guys are interested, please let me know. I'm hoping to only sell in Canada, so if you are Canadian, please let me know on Discord or email me. I have a bunch of Veta Frames I can sell to you guys, hopefully in Canada, okay? So give me an email. Okay, you guys can probably see this 19 GPU rack here in the last video that I made. This was from Igor Schmidt. Igor Schmidt, thank you so much, man. I will definitely figure out the GPUs that I'm gonna put in this thing. Anyways, guys, my next evolution. After the Veta Frames, I got into the AAA Wave mining frames, and actually the only one that I have built so far is the one in my 5700 rig, which you guys have probably seen my videos about these a lot recently. And yeah, I really like these frames a lot. I like them better than the Veta Frames actually. And AAA Wave literally just sent me a whole bunch more. So I'm hoping to do some more videos down the road of maybe, you know, changing out some of my old rigs, my old Veta Frames out with the AAA Wave Frames. Yeah, I don't have much to say about like the pre-built frames like the Veta Frame or the AAA Wave Frame. They're awesome. Like they do the job, and it's way better than, you know, building the custom aluminum angle or wooden frames, because you have to cut and like handsaw and do all that kind of stuff unless you have electric tools and stuff and whatnot. But anyways, the timeline for the AAA Wave Frame for me was definitely recent. I would say in the past half year or so is when I really got into AAA Wave, and I love the AAA Wave Frames. Okay, now going along, also, I forgot to talk about my Vega 56 rig, which I built I would say half a year ago. You guys may have saw I did build it in a server case. I'll put some pictures up here. And that rig is going really good. I love it that it's in a server case, and I'm hoping to do more server case GPU rigs. And you guys can probably see this one right here, and this one's from mineshop.eu, just sent to me just recently. You guys probably saw the unboxing video. And thank you to Guntis yet again for sending this to me, man. So awesome. So this is gonna be my next evolution into all of the crypto mining frames that I've been to so far. Started off with the milk crate, the wooden mining frame, the aluminum angle wooden mining frame, the Amazon basic shelf, server cases, Veta Frames, AAA Wave Frames, and now I'm probably gonna get into these kind of style cases, which are pretty awesome. Okay, so if I open this up here, as you guys can see, look at that. This is on a like riserless motherboard. I have never played around with a riserless motherboard before, and I think this is seriously really cool. And it comes with a 2000 watt power supply, which only runs on 240 volt, by the way. So you need like a 30 amp breaker with PDU, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think this is my final form of GPU mining, and I think a lot of big like GPU mining farms go this route, where they have server cases like this, and they populate the GPUs in the back there, as you guys can see. And basically all the air and heat is being inducted through this way. And it's just more efficient, okay? It's more efficient, and density as well. And so that you can easily stack multiple of these like cases together, and you know, have the density in a like a smaller room or a data center server rack style kind of thing. As you guys can see, my setup right now is just like a home residential style, which is totally fine, but I'm thinking maybe in the future that I could upgrade to these server style cases, and that'll be a lot of fun for sure. So mineshop.eu, Guntis, thank you so much for this server case, man. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much it. That's my whole journey into my whole crypto mining frames and all the different iteration of frames that I've been through so far. It's definitely been a journey, but a super fun one at that. And I actually did buy 2 more Rosewell server cases, so I'll have builds for those later on in the future, and obviously in that one as well. And hopefully that 19 GPU one that Igor Schmidt sent me. Oh my god, I can't even comprehend that right now. Okay, my friends, that's it for this video. Please let me know what you think, and I would love to know your story of your evolution of crypto mining frames, or you know, if some of you just stayed with the wooden frames, or maybe some of you just went ultimately straight into like server cases. So I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, and peace out.